Yeah, I mean, we have 15 children in the class, and they're four, most of them are four, turning five. And I think at that age, it's so hard to take another person's perspective and to see that there's a larger world and a larger community. One of the children's favorite books is All God's Critters, and it's a song. They love singing to it. It really is a book about how we are all different, but we all have a purpose in the world. And it's just a beautiful story.
Can you read us a page?
Sure. It says, all God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or paws or anything they got. Things that's drawn me to Jewish education really is two things. One is the part about blessings and how they start each morning with the spirit of thankfulness. And I think that's so important in terms of really incorporating that into your life and grateful to for everything that God has provided us with. And in order to be, as we are thankful for all of our things, all of our surroundings, the world, we start looking at the world with a different lens about the beauty of the world, but not only the beauty, but just how do we take care of it? Because we've been blessed with this beautiful environment, and so we take care of all of God's creatures, of each other, of just everything that, and how can we translate that to the kids? Beginning of the school year, we really focused on how do we really take care of one another in a spirit of kindness. And it is so beautiful to watch when, as the kids start from taking care of themselves first, and then as we focus on and really highlight those moments where we see that, then they eventually go forward and they start telling us how other children are taking care of them. And it's so beautiful to watch when they say, oh, so and so helped me put my shoes on, or helped me zip up, and they do that totally self-initiated. And for me, I always remember the one time at the end of the year, we go through this whole year, and this little child said, you know, what's special about the class? And the little boy says, because we're kind to one, we do kindness. And at that point he said mitzvot, and the child goes, well, there's only one way to do a mitzvah. Well, that means it's always kind. And so it's really nice because they really internalize that. And I think that carries forward in their life, how they can be thoughtful, kind human beings, because I think that's all we want as a parent and as an educator. There's no greater gift than to be kind to one another, because that's going to be how the world continues, really. So that's what, you know, what excites me and what I'm passionate about in teaching is what you see, what you're noticing.
I think the baby bird is wondering that the snow's coming down.
Oh, you think the baby bird is wondering why the snow is coming down? Any other thoughts? Yes, then.
Maybe maybe that bird needs with the words. You might be smelling him, and that's stinky.
You think the bird is noticing the words?
Yeah, and he's smelling.
And he's smelling. Right, so in this particular project, we read about 10 good things that we can take care of, 10 good things that they can do to take care of our world. And it goes through this particular book goes through a lot of things, from recycling, which we focus on, to they actually embraced the one page that they were interested in was taking care of the birds. And we looked out, it was during the winter season, and they were looking out and noticing different things about the birds and on this particular page, and how there was no food and what we could do. And some of the children, as they were looking at the book, they said, well, they needed to do something. They needed to build a nest or a house for the birds. And so, well, how are we going to do that? And so we worked together and collaborated, and two little children on their own said they'll build a house. And so they got the materials together, and it soon became a house that they built. And what did they need? And leaves and branches. And so they got together and did that. And then soon
I'm just cutting We're making peace. I'm not making peace, I'm just cutting. I don't even.
How would we do that? What would we need for that?
We cut out the square. It has to be a little tree so you can write.
So how could we make that bird's nest?
Oh, we just cut out the square.
Okay, so let's see how we start that. Go ahead. Let's make a plan.
I actually really cut it. And now what do you do? I cut it.
nice work.
I want to cut it. I want to cut it. Cut.
Is that what?
I'm gonna make a funny guy. Yeah, no.
How's the bird going to get in?
I think we need to cut out these shapes and make them like stand up. Maybe
Make it stand up?
Maybe we could cut this off and drawing a net go through here. Drawing a net. Drawing a net.
That, when you think about tzedakah, it's not something that you only think about on Fridays. Tzedakah is something that we take care of the world for all the time. That's something that's always in our minds. And so we in our class talk about taking care of others, and we collect tzedakah and money for the children on a daily basis. So they're always thinking about taking care of others and how can we do that. So when we were problem solving started really during Hanukkah and thinking about, as we receive so much, what can we do to give to others? And the children said, well, there's some kids that don't have coats or blankets or things like that. And so they came up with what could we do? And they decided we could make a blanket. So we provided the materials for them to do that. And we're starting a blanket, and we're going to do some more research on who to give it to and what organization we can give to keep for an organization to keep them warm. Well, we want it to be meaningful. I mean, it's something that they can make a difference. We want them to feel that it is they're contributing. It's not us just contributing, because they can't earn money. And so for me, it's important for them to realize that they themselves can make a difference in the world. It's not, I can make a difference, I can give them everything to do it, but it's, to me, the most important thing is that even whatever age, you can be in some way contribute to making the world better. That, especially at this age, when initially we started, they were sewing all for themselves. And so when I asked them, I said, what could you do for others? I mean, we've been sewing a long time for ourselves. What could we do for other people? And so they said that they could then continue and sew for others. So they have to now set apart this self-gratification for themselves and set that part and stop all the projects they've been working on and work for somebody else. And then they really know that they have made a contribution. They have given up their time. One of the things that we're going to do is going to look at all the mitzvah projects that the bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah children are doing in this community, and kind of look at that and figure out what we want, what organizations we want to contribute to based on research that the children have done. This way, the children really embrace and look forward to when they themselves are going to be bar mitzvah or bat mitzvahs, and really make that larger community connection. So that if you start at such a young age, showing them that they can make a difference, that that there's a larger world out there. They get it. And it's like we don't give them enough credit. We don't really give them enough credit. They take a great deal of pride in, and they feel good about themselves because they've helped somebody else. And they'll know it's a lifelong thing. They're going to know that they can make a difference, that they can help other people,